500,000 armed foreign soldiers are hiding inside Germany awaiting their attack orders. This is over at the Rare Foundation. 500,000 armed foreign soldiers are hiding in Germany awaiting their attack orders. What's interesting is Germany has 260,000 of their own soldiers, part of the Federal Republic of Germany. 260,000 to deal with the 500,000 soldiers that have infiltrated their country. Joining me to talk about this and what is the situation here in America is now American-Iranian Annie Cyrus. Hey, Annie.
Hi, Brennan. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. All right. So what do you think these 500,000, are these Islamic immigrants?
You mean the ones in Germany?
Yes, the ones in Germany.
Yes. Number one, if you look at the picture used on the article, or if you watch the video that is directly from Germany itself, it's very hard to not look at the faces of these mainly men and not realize that they are very much Syrian looking, Iraqi looking. Let's just generalize it with Middle Eastern looking. And everybody knows. I mean, come on, Middle East, majority Muslim. Also, about 2 years ago, less than that, we had Erdogan already making threats that if they don't do, I think the threat was if EU kicks Turkey out, Erdogan's going to invade Europe with his jihadi soldiers. And then you saw the invasion. Literally, you saw all the poor Muslims coming into Europe. I think it was, again, 2 years ago when in Germany they had to cancel their annual beer festival because it was offensive to Muslims. So you just put all the dots together, you come to realize what they're talking about are the Muslim jihadis. And again, soldiers. Yeah. Do we really have any other kind of soldiers across the world right now? No, we just have jihadis.
So this is in Germany. Now, in what my documentary Sabotage, which came out in 2018, I warned about Putin creating a refugee crisis out of Syria, driving them into Europe, and then from Europe into America. So this seemed to be one of the ploys of Putin, is to get the Islamists up and running out of the Middle East into Europe and then into America. And of course, after this happened in Europe, we started seeing a lot of terrorist attacks, did we not? And so that brings about this question. Is Putin behind this? Because let's not forget about the, as you and I know, the red-green axis and Putin funding and training the Islamists. Putin has, by his own former FSB, which we would know as KGB, officers that flipped, like Alexander, whatever his last name was, I can never remember his last name, that was in the hospital bed with plutonium poisoning and died because he went from FSB, i.e. like the KGB, was bringing the number 2 guy from Al-Qaeda into Russia to be trained and getting him in and out. He flips, starts writing books about Putin, exposing Putin, and of course they put plutonium in his tea and killed him. I have former KGB officers who used to talk to me and be interviewed by me on radio. They won't talk to me anymore. They're scared. Even though they live in the U.S., they're scared of Putin. All that to say, we know that Putin has worked with the Islamists. We know some of the hijackers were tied, on 9/11 were tied back to, reportedly, to Putin. So why would we not think that Putin isn't running a bunch of these people into Germany, into Europe, into America? It has been the pattern for several years. Agree or disagree?
Agree 100%, but I won't go with Putin is behind it. Putin is the vehicle that is driving them. He's the red. The green is behind it. The brain behind the operation are Saudi Arabia, Islamic Republic of Iran. These two are behind the idea. The puppet in front of the camera is Erdogan from Turkey, and then the vehicle is Russia. That is how the connection works. But yes, Putin is funding it. Putin is most definitely opening the gates and the borders and the ways for all of these people to pour into Europe. I think UK is pretty much done. Germany is somewhat done. France is getting there. I would say another year and France is gone too.
And so the headline that there are 500,000 armed foreign soldiers are hiding inside Germany awaiting their orders to attack. Who would give those orders? And by the way, I'm about to set this up. I'm giving this as the backdrop before we come to America, because I think the same fate is awaiting America. Who would give the orders to attack, and how would they do it?
The order, so here's the thing. I need to quickly go over very quick Sharia thing. I'm gonna make it fast and simple. When it comes to Sharia, bottom line, end goal, global caliphate. It's gonna happen. Every breathing human will be Mohammedan. Then we're gonna sort through the Shia versus Sunni versus Wahhabi versus rest of them. So there is an alliance of muftis or sheikhs or supreme leaders, depend on each country calling them differently. There is an alliance between them that creates these orders. Depend on the situation, who can take the hit, they will take the blame, but behind the scene, supreme leaders and muftis and sheikhs are the one who will put in the order. Remember, under Sharia, a jihadi is not allowed to commit the jihad unless the order comes from an Islamic leader, such as supreme leader, mufti, or sheikh. So the alliance between Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Afghanistan, Pakistan march is the head that makes these calls. Other countries are involved, please don't get me wrong. Kuwait, Qatar, Egypt, Abu Dhabi, they're all involved, but the head is the Islamic Republic of Iran on the Shia side. You have the Saudi Arabia on the Wahhabi side, and then you have the Pakistan, Afghanistan merge as the Sunni side.
Okay. And by the way, here's the picture. This is Alexander Litvinenko, who I was talking about earlier, that had worked with Putin and got out, flipped, started writing books, and they put plutonium in his tea, and unfortunately there he is in his hospital bed with no hair, and he died. And this, of course, is why some of the KGB officers that are here in the U.S., they used to talk to me, one of them particularly that I'm speaking of, will not any longer. They seem to be very uncomfortable. And I can understand why. So let's go to then what's happening in America. Here is video footage. New thermal drone video from our team in Eagle Pass, Texas, shows a large group of migrants crossing illegally into private property early this morning. Per CBP source, there have been over 1,400 illegal crossings in Del Rio sector in the last 24 hours, 69,000 since 10/1. Look at this. Now, we have no clue who these people are, right? We have no idea who these people are, what they're bringing.
Technically, no, we don't, but Brandon, me and you kind of do.
Well, tell us what your fears are with the over 5 million that have come over our border since Biden got into the White House.
Well, here, I'm gonna, you already showed the headline, but I'm gonna take it this way. As of right now in United States of America, based on those who have registered, we have 3.49 million Muslims. 3.49. This is only those who have registered, meaning this is not including illegals who are not registered in our system, correct?
Mm-hmm.
With that number, 1.9 of them are those who immigrated to America between 1999 and 2012. You have 3.5, let's say 3.5 million Muslims in America from 1999 to 2012, and then their second generation kids. And you look back between 1999 to today, Brandon, how badly has the number of jihad and Islamic terror attack on America skyrocketed?
Exactly.
This isn't about, yes, the very first Muslim family immigrated to America from Syria in 102 years ago. Very correct. Well, you got to put facts together. When you have 3.5 million people who are absolutely minority, but they hold the highest record of killing Christians and non-Muslims and gays and Americans, then you automatically have to think about this. The number of illegals who crossed borders during last, I don't know, 2 years, right? Is that how long it's been with Biden? It feels like 500 years.
It does.
But even if half of them are Muslims, that is concern. They could very well come in. And as I said, this is just a number of those we know about. Like, for example, the 60,000 plus refugees, Afghan refugees we brought from Afghanistan last year, they're not registered yet. They're not included at 3.49 million Muslims in America. These aren't. And from what we hear, from Iran, from Saudi Arabia. You played the Sheikh's video of saying, "Don't mess with us, we come kill you." We are, what did he say? We're all result of jihad, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Born from jihad, something. You hear all of that, you look at the increasing number, and then you look at how many of them are taking offices. CARE is bragging at this point. They just added another 33 Muslims into offices midterm. So we're now up to 219 Muslims in offices. And we both know CARE will not brag about those Muslims who are like Sharam Hadian's father.
Here we
CARE
go.
only brags.
Here it is. Here's CARE's website. You said this to me. CARE welcomes record-breaking 82 Muslim electoral victories in local, state, federal elections, including 38 state legislative wins.
Isn't it amazing? They're supposed to be the minority.
And by the way, look at the logo before it goes by. Well, it's coming back. 25 years of defending your civil rights. CARE was started in what, 1994?
Yes.
And before that, we had Hamas started in what, 1987, 88, 87?
I think that's about a time.
And then Muslim Brotherhood started in 1928. So maybe about 86 was Hamas, 86, 87, somewhere in there. I'll look it up real quick. The point I'm making, CARE wants to tell you they're defending civil rights, but they came out of Hamas and Muslim Brotherhood. But just know, Americans, they're just a civil rights organization.
Well, here's the thing. My argument is, first of all, they are the Muslim civil rights activists, per their own claim. They're not here
Founded in 1987. Founded in 87.
87, there you go. The CARE isn't here to promote assimilation. They're not here to promote American values. They are fighting for Muslim civil rights. What are those? Hijab, child brides, female genital mutilation, beheading non-Muslims, throwing gays off buildings. That's civil rights for Muslims. And that's what they are doing. Every time there's anything going on that CARE is offended by, goes a lawsuit.
So how many? So how, if Germany has 500,000 that are armed and ready to go, how many does America have? How many are armed and ready to go in America?
I'm going to say, based on a very educated guess, putting literally percentages together, I'm going to give it between 1 million and 1.2 million.
Which explains...
And I can break it down.
What's that again?
I said I can break it down.
We'll break it down.
Okay, here's my logic. I know for a fact between 30 to 35,000 generals are in America. What do I mean by general? Handpicked, trained, and sworn in soldiers of Islam, such as IRGC, Hamas, Taliban, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and rest of them. 30,000 to 35,000 generals are in America right now, ready to be activated. That's a number I know for a fact because I have my hands on those reports. Sorry, for safety of people, I can't tell you verb, but I have them. Then you have 3.5 million Muslims in America and close to about 200,000 unregistered Muslims in America. Those 300,000 who are not registered immediately go on their jihad list because the only reason they won't register is because they're about to blow something up. Otherwise, they have no reason to close their eyes on free welfare and all that the Democrats are going to give them for votes. That's 200,000 there. Even if you would take what is normally within Sharia is 1/3 of the population of Islamists will attack and commit jihad if they are ordered to be. I'm going to take even a smaller portion of that, and I will say even if 700,000 to 800,000 out of the 3.5 million would be ready to answer the call when it's called upon, right there you're saying a 1 million minimum Islamic people who are ready to go and meet. If they're man, go meet their 72 versions. If they're a woman, they get a parking lot spot in heaven. At least they don't burn in hell.
They get a parking spot, huh?
Oh no, it's for real. Their heaven has like 7 layers. And even mothers, Muslim mothers who have child that they were strapped the suicide around them themselves, they only ever access the very first level of heaven, never anything higher than that, because Muhammad said, I took a sneak peek of the hell, and it was all women.
Extractivity is an all-natural energy and health drink developed by Brannon House several years ago with a team of experts. Extractivity supports a healthy heart, strong immunity, skin, hair and nails, cognitive health, and cellular health. This all-natural energy drink is loaded with antioxidants, but don't take our word for it. Do your own research to find the benefits of red wine extract, bilberry extract, grapeseed extract, pine bark extract, and vitamin C. Brannon credits Extractivity in part for his abundance of energy and good health. Order your 30-day supply now at mystore.com. Be sure to use the promo code on the screen for a generous discount. Extractivity, your all-natural source for energy and good health. Find it at mystore.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. Years ago, when I invented MyPillow, I was faced with every adversity you could think of. No retailers wanted to sell MyPillow. That's come full circle. Vendors took advantage of me, and I was copied by China. Well, by the grace of God, I was able to get through all that and learn from it. I have a passion to help other U.S. entrepreneurs, and that's why I created my new platform, mystore.com. We have hundreds of products from amazing entrepreneurs, and to celebrate, I'm going to put my pillows on mystore.com right now. You can get my standard My Pillows regularly $69.98, now only $19.98 with your promo code. Or you can get my standard queen size, regular $79.98, now only $29.98. Or you can get my premium king size, regularly $89.98, now only $34.98. So go to mystore.com and use that promo code on your screen to get huge discounts on all my store products. Thank you and God bless.
All right, let's go to, so what I'm trying to say tonight, folks, is what's going on in Germany is just a taste of what's here, and it's probably worse here than even in Germany. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying, because also keep in mind, can I just insert something here before I make my point? Because I was listening twice. You had Jeff O'Donnell, right, on, and he brought up a very good question that I actually have an answer to. How is it that in Arizona there are more votes for Attorney General, but not that much for Kerry Lake? Remember, Ibrahim Hamadeh also had the added Muslim votes that will never vote for Kerry Lake. Add that to your algorithm.
Okay, so what you're saying is because the guy you're saying the guy that was running for Attorney General is a Muslim, a lot of Muslims voted for the Republican candidate for Attorney General.
Because he's a Muslim, yes. That can explain a little bit of the gap between Kerry Lake numbers. I'm not saying there was no election, please. I'm not denying that. They stole that election from Kerry Lake.
But be sure to add this to your equation.
Make sure to add the fact that Muslims will always vote for Muslims, but Muslims will never vote for a non-Muslim. And that is where the biggest problem starts now. This is where I go with it. Right now, 219 Muslims are in different offices in our government. We have them from consul, school board, mayors, governors, attorney generals, representatives, senators, on and on and on, right? 219 for a population that is only 1.2% of America's population. Isn't that a scary, Brennan?
Yeah. Yeah, that's shocking.
So where are the non-registered ones who are voting these in? That is my question. That's when I say this 3.5 million is not the correct number, maybe very low number, because you can't get all these Muslims elected when you don't have the population to vote them in. Illinois holds the highest number of population of Muslims. So does New Jersey, Pennsylvania. But you pay attention to Michigan with, I think, 7th highest population of Muslims, and 2 towns are ran by Muslims already. Where are these votes coming from? Just a question, as you say. I'm just asking the question. Do we really have 3.5 million Muslims? Or do we have about 7 million that we just don't know about? And they are all waiting for their orders.
So what, are you saying that some of these folks that aren't on the radar are voting then?
Absolutely. I mean, most of the states nowadays don't even, well, you're illegal. You can go vote anyways. So they are voting, yes.
Let's go to this headline for we're out of time. This is from our friend Robert Spencer, who'll be on with us tomorrow night. Islamic Republic of Iran tried to murder or kidnap 10 enemies of the region living in the UK. We keep coming back to this story because the number keeps growing. Iran is out to kill any of their former residents that are speaking. Oh, wait a minute. You're from Iran.
I am. And I have received calls from FBI that they already know I'm on IRGC's list. They already know IRGC knows where I live, what kind of car I drive, who I work for, where I go, where I don't go. Yes. But the sad news...
Who is it that you work for?
Well, that would be... Well, in their paperwork, they have apparently registered me as associate producer for Worldview Weekend Foundation. So that's where they're targeting based on, I guess, that's where they need to target. But yes, Islamic Republic of Iran has a long history of killing dissidents outside of Iran. It all started from Germany when they literally walked into his apartment, killed him, chopped him off into pieces. And to this day, this man's case is still unsolved. And this was before I was even born. And from there on, they have literally assassinated. They made him look like accidents. Ruhul Azam recently, someone I personally worked with, was kidnapped from under the protection of French government. So yes, they will continue doing so. But the bad news for me is the fact that Biden administration is still working with the regime. They're still trying to keep the regime in power. So will they hand me over? I wouldn't put it past them.
Leftist Muslim lawyer who firebombed police car gets light sentence after Biden regime intervenes on her behalf. So they'll help this lady, but the January 6 people who've not even been charged yet, sitting there rotting in a gulag. But the Biden regime helps this leftist Muslim lawyer who firebombed a police car.
Of course, because that's where we are. And honestly, sometimes, Brandon, I get so frustrated of what is wrong with my fellow Americans. Why are they not seeing it? The unholy alliance known as Red-Green Axis is right now it's at its most powerful time since they started. They are openly and publicly supporting each other. They are openly, I mean, we had Ilhan Omar pleading for the Hamas terrorists, remember?
Yep.
We had Rashida Tlaib trying to free some of the terrorists from what she called the most horrible terroristic presence in America. Now we have Biden administration altogether going in and, you know, showing mercy to jihadists. She is a jihadist, but she's going to get 15 months. She's going to serve, 7, and then freed on good behavior and come out. What is that she's going to do next? Kill a police officer? Burn down a police department? Oh, wait, Antifa already did that. Nobody was arrested. Never mind.
Look at this headline. Last one. Islamic Republic of Iran quiz show. How long does it take for how you say that in the language there? Sigil?
Sigil, yes.
Sigil missile to go from Tehran to Tel Aviv. That was one of their questions. We can play the video, but that was one of their questions in the.
That was their morning show. I actually watched that show.
Yeah, here's the video of it. I'm going to go past this, but here's their morning show of this. Channel 5. There we go.
بخیر متشکرم که دارید ما رو تماشا می‌کنید. سوال پیامکیمون اینه که دوستان موشک سجیل مسافت بین تهران تل آویو رو در چند دقیقه طی می‌کنه؟ گزینه 1 7 تا 10 دقیقه، گزینه 2 20 دقیقه، گزینه 2 نیم ساعت. 10519 هر
And what's the answer? Do you know? They were gonna.
No.
They were giving the options.
Number 1, 7 to 10 minutes. Number 2, 20 minutes. Number 3, 30 minutes. Text in your answer to the number on the screen, and we will have 2 winners who will win 200,000 2-month, which will translate into about $1,100 here.
So A, 7
and
to 10 minutes.
And the correct answer is 7 to 10 minutes. I wanted to text the correct answer, but then I figured I shouldn't because they're not going to give me the money.
Yeah, they're not. So A, 7 to 10 minutes is what it takes. So no wonder Israel's so nervous all the time, and well, they should be.
Yes, but I will say this. Great shout out to Netanyahu. He did release a video 3 days ago, and he did state that he stands with the people of Iran, and as soon as possible, he will try to intervene and try to get other countries to get behind Iranian people.
Well, here's
back.
Here's the breaking news tonight. Iran commander threatens to kidnap and enslave Netanyahu.
Really?
That's the headline. You see it right there, Jerusalem Post.
Yes, I do see it.
So you're just hearing this for the first time?
Yes. Oh, wow. Well,
They're going to quote frog march.
Is not
Look at that, quote, frog march Netanyahu to Iran wearing a leash and a slave collar, end quote.
Yeah, but the title doesn't say it. But Fado is not just a commander. He's actually the Islamic Republic of Iran, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps commander, IRGC.
So the one that made this threat is super high ranking. There it is. The Iran regime's commander of the Revolutionary Guard.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is not just a commander. His actually, Mojtaba Fado's name was mentioned on Masih Ali-Nejad's case of plot to kidnapping her. His name was mentioned on that case as one of the people who put in the order of the kidnapping of Masih Ali-Nejad and made the funding available. I'm pretty sure Netanyahu will take this extremely serious because he knows what's happening, but again, I mean, can I ask, where is Biden here? Where is he?
So let me ask you this in closing. What does this tell you about their timetable and their aggression, their level of aggression? Which, by the way, we're still negotiating with them and giving them billions while they threaten to kidnap Netanyahu. And are going after journalists.
Yes, I was going to say for our Thanks-a-thon, one of the things I'll be bringing is I have the complete breakdown of everything we have provided Iran since October of 2021 until today. In the name of negotiation, I've got nothing in return. So you will be hearing about all of that detail. But here's I think, I'm not going to say I'm worried because I'm not, to be honest with you. I'm at a point in my life that just hit me. I'm not going to even worry anymore. I pray, I plan, I take action on my behalf, and what other people are going to do is going to either help or hurt the cause, but I can't worry anymore. But I will say this, if American people don't start taking action by holding their representatives accountable, by calling the White House, by signing, we have a petition out there, I think we're around 250,000 signatures by now, requesting for Robert Malley to be fired from his position as the head negotiator of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Get behind everything we're trying to do. Otherwise, we will face what I said on your last show, Brennan. It will be a series of coordinated attacks in America carried out by their very, very happily blow themselves up jihadis. We will face that. And if you think Biden regime is going to stop it, I'm sorry, they're going to make sure they get to where they need to get to and blow themselves up. That's where Biden regime is going to stand.
Breaking news, Jerusalem Post, Iran commander, not just Iranian commander, Iranian regime's commander of the Revolutionary Guard, threatening to kidnap and enslave Netanyahu. LiveUpToFreedom.com is her website, LiveUpToFreedom.com. She's an associate producer with us at Lindell TV and on my TV side, WVWTV.com. She also has her own show here on Lindell TV each and every day at 2:30 Central. Again, LiveUpToFreedom.com. She and Leo Holman will be in studio Friday and Saturday, sitting here at the desk with me as we together host the second annual Lindell TV Thanks-a-thon. Looking forward to having you in studio, Annie.
I look forward to being there. And for your show audience, we are in a small way, but we're trying to become a sponsor of Brown House Live. So he now has his own promo code on our Orca store.
Tell our audience about it because I keep forgetting.
That's all right. So for duration of the holidays, all you need to do is go to lutfstudio.com, lutfstudio.com. If you see 1, 2, 10, whatever items, they are all handmade by myself, one of a kind. I can't even replicate them if I wanted to. At the checkout, put in the promo code WVW66. You get discount, and a portion of the profit will be going to WVW Foundation to support what Brandon does every day.
Oh, yeah, make more connection between you and my foundations for the IRGC to keep track of. There you go, Annie. That's smart. Make art and donate it to my foundation. That's right.
That's the only way you show them that I'm not scared of you.
All right. LUTF, which stands for Live Up to Freedom, LUTF.com. And
LUTFstudio.com.
Oh, thank you. LTUFstudio.com. LUTFstudio.com. And you can check out, you can use that code WVW66. I hope you guys will check out her stuff. It's great stuff. We'll have some of it here in studio to show you personally over the Thanks-a-thon as well. So thank you, Annie.
Thank you, Brandon.
Appreciate it.